What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Bayang magiliw, perlas ng silanganan, alab ng puso, sa dibdib mo'y buhay. Lupang hinirang, duyan ka ng magiting, sa manlulupig, di ka pasisiil, sa dagat at bundok, sa simoy at sa langit mong bughaw. May dilag ang tula at awit sa paglayang minamahal, ang kislap ng watawat mo'y tagumpay na nangniningning, ang bituin at araw niya kailan pa'y magdigdiling. Lupa ng araw ng luwahati't pagsinta, buhay ay langit sa piling mo. Aming ligaya na pag may mga api ang mamatay ng dahil sa'yo.
It's an honor to be part of the special program, and even a greater privilege to have the opportunity to congratulate our 2021 Fil-Am scholars, Biodan Soriano, Ronel Vasco, and Destiny Yano. I also would like to congratulate the honorable mention recipients. And I just now found out from Arthur that his son is also a recipient of a special grant from Mrs. Gallardo. So you all have demonstrated how highly motivated, imaginative, caring, and thoughtful you are of things affecting not only your life, but also that of others. And for these, we, your family, friends, teachers, the greater community, are very proud of you. You are an inspiration to other Fil-Am students as well, who have the aspiration to be scholars also. And for us adults, we are encouraged to see a brighter future in our society.
My name is Biodan Soriano, and it is my honor to have been awarded first place in the Livermore Filipino-American Scholarship. Congratulations to all scholarship winners this year. Anyway, here's a few things about myself. I'm currently a senior at Granada High School, and next year I will attend UC Irvine as a computer science major. Afterwards, I hope to pursue a career in software development and possibly video game design. I've already looked through the UC Irvine clubs and organizations, and I was very glad to see that there was a Filipino club, so I'll definitely check that out. Anyway, here's a reading of the essay I wrote for the Filipino-American Scholarship. I take pride in my Filipino heritage despite being born in America. I speak fluent Tagalog at home, and whenever my parents told me stories about their former lives in the Philippines, I felt like I could listen to them for hours. They've told me about their family, childhood friends, the street food, and even at gigantic shopping malls. Despite having never been there myself, I could visualize the tropical beauty and splendor of the Philippines. One day, I hope to visit and experience it all for myself. But in the meantime, I am grateful that I still know many Filipinos growing up in the US. Since my parents migrated before I was born, I've never met most of my relatives who reside in the Philippines. However, I met Filipinos around the Bay Area, and we've grown very close, and they are like family to me. We come together for parties and enjoy Filipino food, whether spaghetti, Bicol Express, pancit, lumpia, and more. And I particularly enjoy the desserts, especially bibingka, kuchinta, and of course ube ice cream. And every New Year's Eve, we attend the biggest Filipino party of all. I have so many fond memories of celebrating New Year as a kid by trying to collect as many coins as possible that the adults would throw on the ground after the New Year countdown. But still, my Filipino heritage means much more to me than partying with friends and good food. It has also shaped the way I interact with society and my personality as a whole. My parents stressed the importance of respecting our elders. They also passed on to me the importance of Christianity and loving Jesus. And finally, I saw the beauty of Filipino unity. Throughout my life, I have always seen Filipinos banding together and supporting each other. Such Pinoy pride is quite inspiring to me. I want to be the kind of person who takes pride in the accomplishments of my family, my friends, my schoolmates, my coworkers, instead of focusing solely on my own. Overall, my Filipino heritage has shaped my life in more ways than I can count, and I am eternally grateful for all the life lessons and traditions I've learned. Now that I'm heading into college, I know that my life will change drastically from here. But one thing will never change. I am a Filipino. Ang aking pamilya, mga kaibigan, at ang Diyos ay nasa isip ko araw-araw. No matter how far I will go in life, I will never forget my Filipino roots. Thank you.
A great pleasure from the Livermore Filipino-American Organization to hereby grant the first place scholarship award to Fiodon Soriano for the year 2021. Congratulations!
Hi, my name is Reno Vasco. Currently, I'm a senior at Livermore High School. I'm going to be graduating this June. And I played football throughout my freshman, sophomore, and junior years until COVID hit. And recently, I won an academic award for a GPA of above 3.7 for the past 3 academic grading periods. And I lived in Livermore my whole life, and high school was one of the biggest life-changing experiences I ever underwent. I got to meet many people along my high school journey, which changed me for the better. And I plan to attend UC Santa Cruz in the future, and I'm looking forward to getting my future degree within computer sciences. Currently, I'm wrapping up my high school career and making the best of these final moments, spending them with childhood friends. I'm now going to read you my essay titled Being a Filipino American and Living with Its Expectations. Sadly, due to time limitations, I'm not able to read all of it, but I shall read you the most important part. I should now address another issue I face as a Filipino American, that being the slight racism that we Asians face in these United States of America. Although I'm not implying that I have been racially targeted, thank God that Livermore is a welcoming place, I still think it's a depressing fact that Asians in these states can and will be targeted by individuals that feel that their racism is just. With COVID-19, I think I can factually state that the hate crimes I have seen enacted on my fellow Asians has increased, and it's disgusting to see. Why must we be discriminated against? What have we Asians done to deserve the hate that we receive on the street? How does society justify the acts of violence enacted on our elders? I find the America that we live in to be such a confusing place. How can some Americans act out of hate? We Asians contribute to society. We provide the nail salons that many go to, provide the restaurants that families and friends eat at, and even work the smaller jobs that society does not recognize. And yet there are still individuals that feel that it is their birthright to discriminate because their race is better. Being a Filipino American has taught me that we Asians must stick together because the world, although more progressive than ever, still has a deep-seated racism of the past, just more hidden and more secretive. I pray America will become a true homeland of equality where racists are punished by society and individuals can feel safe to express themselves without fear of being harassed or attacked. I feel that this essay may be upsetting to read or hear, or maybe it's too real for some, but I speak out of truth. In the end, I think the younger and older generations can put their faith in the Filipino-American family, which will protect and comfort each other. To be Filipino-American means to understand both the Western and Eastern ideals and to come to peace between the two of them. To be Filipino-American means to understand the latent racism surrounding each one of us. To be Filipino-American means to be part of a group of Asians that had ancestors that worked their damn hardest to get us here. Perhaps in my lifetime, I will truly understand what it means to be Filipino-American. But until then, I will keep growing and maturing until I finally understand that. That's my essay. Thank you for listening.
Livermore Filipino-American Organization hereby grants to Ronel Vasco second place scholarship award this day, May 22, 2021. Congratulations, Ronel.
All right, thank you.
Hello, my name is Destiny Sierrano, and I am a graduating senior from Granada High School. I will be attending Las Positas College for the next 2 years, and afterwards will be attending a university that offers both Filipino and Japanese studies. I hope to one day become an English or science teacher and will hopefully adopt many children in the near future. So growing up as a Filipino American, one should be able to strive forward with their path in sight, full of joy and hope stemming from a young age. And I did, but also didn't. And I can't quite remember the path I took to become isolated from my ethnic roots, but it happened. Living in America was enough to make me understand how privileged I was after the tumultuous work my Lolos, Titas, and Titos had put in to just land a job, especially in California. Christina Miranda, my mother, had fought her way into the real estate industry, but later on opened up a care home where we were originally supposed to live, along with my 2 other sisters. It was a hasty decision to make, but the income had benefited our living situation, and my sisters and I ended up having to stay with our grandma during our early years of age. Even though grandmothers are often referred to as Lola, we always call our grandmother Nanay, and we still do, because my mother claimed that she raised us more than she had, and it was really true. I have had hardly any of my happiest memories shared with my mother compared to Nanay. From a young age. It was as soon as we wake up, she'd tell us to get ready before we head to the park, walking with my head blank from the outside world's troubles. I'd often think it was the greatest time of my life, just running around, screaming, going up and down slides, playing on the monkey bars, or picking up BB gun pellets, or even just holding my hand with Nanay. I never asked about the burdens I'd have to face, and I was just never aware of where my mother would be for a whole day, but it was something I had to accept. The start of school, the stress of religion. It had taken a long time to really pay attention to what my peers were going on about. And I often faced challenges talking to people about what I really did in my free time. I'd tell them I went to the park, and they would go on about a new Wii system. The next day, I'd tell them I got a new Wii too. I didn't, but I had people to talk with. I ended up becoming a part of my lives, and the more I did, the less I began to really think about who I was as a person or where my roots came from. And it continued on throughout my years of education. I started to distance myself from Nanay, deeming my studies to be more worth my time. And the only time I really connected with my family was through church services twice a week. I wish I had someone to talk to about how I spent my free time, or about the Philippines, or just about myself. There wasn't anything to go by in history books that really covered the Philippines, and there weren't any books growing up about experiences being a Filipino American in America. And I really want that to change for the kids that are struggling with their ethnic identities in the future. Thank you for listening.
Our great pleasure from the Livermore Filipino-American Organization Incorporated To award Destiny Chiara Diano, third place scholarship award, and a $500 cash. Congratulations. So in honor of my mom, I'd like to see the Fil-Am Association give her certificate of being a really good Fil-Am recipient.
Thank you so much.
Your scholarship.